Yeah, it's going up. It's
August 16th, 2009, a fire breaks out at a warehouse on the Trans-Alaska Highway in Fort St. John, British Columbia.
We had no idea what was in there, really. Just the color of the smoke was a clear indicator that it had a heavy hydrocarbon base to it.
Firefighters soon learn of a hidden danger. Large quantities of methanol, a highly flammable liquid, are inside the warehouse.
There have been 138 barrels of a methanol-based product that were being stored there for delivery. And there was other products in there that were acid-based products. Even the residual atmosphere around the building also became very toxic.
The warehouse is completely engulfed in flames as firefighters struggle to contain the blaze.
The fire was obviously out of control, and we were trying to get it under control. The chief turned to me and said, "This is going to be pretty serious because we can't, once it starts to run like that, it's very difficult to extinguish."
Freelance cameraman Andrew Toloski arrives and begins recording the raging inferno.
By the time I got to the scene, I had figured out that this was not an ordinary fire by any means.
The massive blaze has much more in store for firefighters. Suddenly, there's a huge explosion. It's one of several Andrew captures.
I have never seen anything like that before. It was unreal. The fireballs were huge. They didn't make much sound, but they were hot, and you could really feel the heat.
The eruptions put firefighters in serious danger.
We were operating an aerial ladder at that time, so my first concern was to make sure those guys in the ladder were okay. The chief did that. He confirmed that they were safe.
The fireballs are the result of the chemical canisters melting and the flammable liquid inside exploding.
The methanol-based product is what provided the entertainment.
After working into the night to bring the blaze under control, Chief Fred Burrows begins an on-scene interview with Andrew about the fire.
We've had portions of the building collapse.
Chief Burrows thinks the explosions have stopped. But right in the middle of the interview, the fire unleashes its biggest blast of the night.
Any injuries or...
Not at this time. That was a bit warm. Honestly, I thought we pretty much ran out of material to burn at about that point, but apparently there was a couple waiting for us.
The explosion, caused by the last containers of methanol, happens 4 hours after the fire begins, startling the chief and his crew.
He was obviously concerned, as were we, because it was honestly quite a miracle that there was nobody injured in this or killed.
Firefighters continue spraying water throughout the night, finally putting out the stubborn blaze. The next day, all that's left of the warehouse is rubble.